Hey everybody, it's Buckle Stitch here, back for an update, a little bit of a different one to what I would do usually. I posted a picture on Instagram the other day of a new book that I purchased, this one, and had a request from Amanda Stitching to do a flip through. So I thought if she wants to see what's inside, then maybe some other people do as well. And then I thought, while I'm doing a flip through of that book, I thought I'd show you some bits from another book that I own that I've used recently with the children in my class. So I'll start off with my newest purchase. Yeah, so the title grabbed me straight away. I love any sort of play on the Jay-Z lyrics. I think my sister's got a like a makeup case or like a hairband case or something, and then it says like I've got 99 hair grips but I can't find one or something. So yeah, I quite like that. So I will definitely be stitching this one. So I'll show you inside the book, and I'll try not to show you any charts. Okay, so introduction, cross stitch basics. Tells you what you need, how to cross stitch. Actually, I have to say, if you were to pick up this book as a newbie, I think these pictures are really good. They're like really big close-up images to follow, so I think this is quite good. And then it also teaches you how to frame your work. Now, I have never framed like this. I know this is probably the expected method of framing, maybe. I've seen this before, but I normally just trim mine and put it in a frame, which is probably not great for it lasting years and years and years, but it's alright so far. Okay, so I am going to stitch this at some point, and I can't imagine it would take too long, and I'll probably use two different types of variegated thread for it. Although it looks different to what's on the front, but this is the actual design that's charted in the next page. So I think I'll use two very different variegated threads for it, I think. Now I'm going to try and skip that. Oh yeah, I should have given you a little bit of a warning. There are some expletives in here, but hey, if you don't care, I don't care. Okay, so I don't think I'd stitch this one. I can see why it'd be popular. I know people love the poo emoji, but I don't know. This one's not for me. Whoops. Selfie free zone. I quite like the pineapple frame. It's quite funky. I don't think I would stitch this one either, as I'm not really a selfie taker, so doesn't really apply to me or any of my friends really. So yeah, okay, quite like that one. Some of the descriptions are quite funny. Yeah, so yeah, some of the descriptions that go along with the patterns are quite funny. So quite like that one. Quite like this one as well. I just like the, the message in contrast with all the unicorns, rainbows and hearts. I find quite funny. Again, lots of these designs I think are really good for allowing you to kind of do whatever colours you like, whatever fabric you like. Lots of options for being creative with these. Okay, apparently this is based on a tattoo that Tupac Shakur had on his abs, so it says here, but without the lucky horseshoe. Yeah, so I don't think I'd stitch that one. Hugs, not drugs. Sex, drugs and rock and roll. Oops. Quite like this one, because this is something I say to myself every time I leave. So I'd be quite tempted to stitch this and stick it on the wall near where I hang my keys. Yeah, quite like that. So I'm probably leaving too big a gap for you to look. Quite like this one. Quite like this one. This reminds me of, I don't know, I can imagine a few Flosstubers I watch saying stuff like this. Quite like this one. Again, the trouble with some of these is if you were to stitch them, frame them, put them on the wall, we've got children come round. Maybe not the best idea, but who cares? To Bieber or not to Bieber? Quite like this one. I quite like this one as well. I think I'll do this one. I had an idea of maybe making some and then turning it into some sort of like calendar type thing where you could flip it over. So if you had the issue of, I don't know, someone coming round that you didn't want to see the swearing or whatever, then you could just like flip it over. Like some sort of calendary type thing, maybe. Not with dates on it necessarily, but just something you can kind of flip over. Okay, I think quite a lot of you Flosstubers will like this one. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I wouldn't stitch it, but I think that might appeal to a lot of people. Yeah, that's not really one for me. Referring to Taylor Swift. Now I really like this one. So I'd stitch that one as well. I like the sunrise thing at the top. Quite like the flower border of that one. This is quite funny as well. Sorry for what I did when I was hangry. And you've got all the little burger and pizza and stuff in the middle there. Hungry plus angry equals hangry. I like this one. And I think that is it. Yeah, there's a little biography of the person who made this book. So yeah, it was only £10. And I think there was enough charts in there that I did like to make it worthwhile. I actually found this book in Foyle's bookshop in London. Went to London on Saturday to do a few things with my husband for his birthday. And we stopped in Foyle's bookshop and yeah, saw it in there. I didn't think £10 was too bad. It's hardback. So I thought it was quite nice. So yeah, I'm sure you can probably get it on Amazon for half the price, but the novelty of buying something in Foyle's bookshop was quite nice, so I did that. So that's that one. Now this book I've had for probably over a year now, and I originally bought it for myself because I think at the time I was thinking about making some cards and yeah, putting some of the designs on cards like birthdays and stuff like that. But what it's actually been quite useful for is at the end of, when we get to the end of the summer term, as I teach the last year of primary school, the children make their own they have a notebook and they design something to go onto the notebook to then use to collect all their friends' messages and teachers' messages and so on. And then they can take that home and keep it as a little souvenir for their time at primary school. So this book's actually been really useful for that. So I get the children to have a look at some of the designs in this book, And then I give them some squared paper, you know, making sure they've got the right amount of squares for what could fit on the front of their notebook. And then kind of design their own pattern based on what they can see in this book. So they can copy one, or, you know, sketch their own one. Not sketch their own one, but create their own one, change hair colour, that kind of thing. So yeah, so I did buy this one on Amazon. This was about £10 as well. Okay, so I think it has all the usual, oh no, it doesn't have all the usual bits at the beginning. Now this book has all the final, like what they actually look like stitched first, and then all the patterns are at the back. But I didn't need to show any patterns to the children in my class, because you're actually, you know, it's quite easy to sort of see what's going on from these. So yeah, this book has been well used by my class. I can tell by like how it sits flat when I open it. So this was the main page that we used to get inspiration from to create our own patterns. So, you know, lots of children went for ones like this and then changed bits to suit their, to make it look like themselves or whatever. And then some children added some other little bits as well. I think there's someone that tried a dog. I had someone stitch a slice of pizza as well. I'm not sure where that was. No, I don't know. Yeah, so the children that were really good at it, that finished their face fairly quickly, were able to then sort of add some other bits and bobs. Some of the children that, you know, took a while to pick it up just stuck with doing their name as well, using an alphabet. Oh yeah, I had someone stitch some slices of watermelon, I think. Oh, that one, yeah, I had someone stitch some of those. I like these scissors. But yeah, you can see how these would be quite good for making cards and things. You know, because I'm like looking at things like that and thinking, oh yeah, Father's Day card. So Japanese hiragana letters. I'd have to look up what these actually are. Katakana letters. And then there's your instructions, and then I would imagine, yeah, all the charts come afterwards. So yeah, this book has definitely been worthwhile. I've actually got some pictures of being made on badges there and stuck onto a bag, which is quite cute. Oh yeah. So yeah, really pleased with that purchase. Yeah, so it's Mega Mini Cross Stitch, and definitely got this one off Amazon. If you're interested in seeing some of the pictures or some of the designs that my class made, I did actually post a picture on Instagram a week or two ago with 8 of the better ones that were produced. So yeah, if you're interested, check me out on Instagram, Buckle Stitch, and have a look at what they made. It's quite stressful teaching 30, 10 and 11-year-olds to stitch at first, and then when you realise who's good at it, you can kind of get them to kind of help the ones that are not so good as well. So otherwise I end up with a queue of children. Can you thread my needle? Can you, oh, I got in a knot, can you finish this and start a new colour for me please? So yeah, it's really good if you've got the ones that know what they're doing to help you out a little bit. So yeah, I may be back later today with a normal update and show you what I've been stitching recently. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my book flip throughs, and I will see you soon. Bye.